It's no secret that we love our pets and we spend money on them. Well, in this video, I'm going to break down 3 niches that you can explore on Etsy where people are making real sales. Now, some of them are competitive, but I'm going to show you some tips on how you can overcome that. Whether it's a dog, a cat, or any fuzzy or furry animal, or even some that aren't. This is going to be a helpful video for you to make some sales in the world of pets. Let's jump in. In this video, I'm going to be using a niche research tool called Everbee, and I highly recommend it. So on the left-hand side, you can see there's a keyword research tool. There's some other tools as well, but when you use the keyword research tool and you type in pet, you're going to see a monthly search volume on Etsy of a little over 10,000. However, the competition is over 2.5 million, and that's going to give us a very low keyword score of 0. So what you're looking for ultimately is a higher keyword score because that represents a better possibility of you making sales. Sometimes I've seen keyword scores in the hundreds, 200s, even 400 at times. So of course you want to change the keyword here. If I use cat instead, you'll see it doesn't get much better. The search volume is 8,400, the competition is 2.3 million, and the keyword score is 0. So what should you be searching for when you're on Etsy or when you're looking on the internet? Maybe you're selling on your own website, for example. Now we're going to explore that in this video. I'm going to put a link to Everbee in the video description below. Just a heads up, it is an affiliate link, and that just means if you purchase the Everbee monthly or annual subscription, I would receive a small commission. I think it's a great tool for finding things that sell on Etsy. Niche number 1 is custom pet portrait. And we can see here on Everbee, the search volume is a little over 7,200. The competition's okay. Keyword score is pretty good here at 40. However, there is more specific things that you can put into this search window. So for example, custom pet portrait keychain. Well, check that out. The search volume is 411. The keyword score now is 160. If I type in custom pet portrait digital, you'll see the keyword score is 30. And here's a good one, custom pet portrait watercolor. The keyword score is 80. So what I would encourage you to do is 2 things. Use your imagination and think what else are people going to be searching for, but also you can look down below. There's related keyword scores, and some of them are actually quite high, and some of them are very long form keywords that people are typing in. Here's one, custom watercolor portraits using pet photo. The keyword score is 390, for example. Okay, here's a great example of a keychain where they're making some pretty good sales. In fact, the monthly sales here is 342, and that's a $27 item. Now, this is a silver pet portrait keychain, and it's personalized. They would take a picture, and then they would use a cutting machine or an engraving machine, and they would create these amazing works of art. Text on the front, text on the back, and for $27.41, that's a pretty good deal. You can see here there's almost 500,000 views over the course of this listing. This is the way you do it. You create a high quality item that provides value for customers that people cannot easily replicate or do themselves. Nobody's going to buy an engraving machine to bang out one of these for their pet. Instead, they're going to part with $27.41 and have you do it. So you can buy a machine, you can invest in some infrastructure, and you can provide high quality crafting items on Etsy. Here's another one that I really like. Look at these cute little guys. This is a custom pet portrait, but they're magnets. So this is vintage hand-painted pet portraits. Now you could use AI for this, or you could use some sort of a filter if you have a pet photograph. But you can see here how beautiful and cute these are. These are $60. So check it out. You can do gold or silver frames. The price though, regularly $120, 50% off, $60. This is obviously a high-end item. So ask yourself, could you make something that's maybe a little bit lower end? I don't mean crappier quality. What I mean is maybe a lower price point where somebody says, man, I'd really like to get something like this, but I can't afford it. So this is where you look at the price point and you say maybe you go in underneath or you go in over top. Niche number 2 is dog training planner. And here you can see the search volume is pretty low. It's 81, but the competition is also very low. That gets us a pretty good keyword score. So this is what I call micro niching. You carve out a tiny niche and then over time, you build up a loyal following and a loyal customer base. You can also do an alternate keyword here, dog training checklist, and that gets you an even better keyword score of 120. So you'd want to put these in your listing, in the description or in the title to help trigger the search results returning your product when someone's searching on Etsy. All right, so you want to ask yourself, what would you be doing if you were training an animal? So here's a great example. This is Premium Pet Care Tracker, Organize Your Pet's Life. And we can see here there's monthly sales of 8, total sales of 78, And this is only a 15-month-old listing. So this is a PDF download where you get a whole bunch of different PDF files. So you'd want to look through the listings and you'd want to see, okay, can I compete with this? So there's some medical info here. There's plan and dieting info. So the idea is you've got somebody who maybe is a first-time dog owner or somebody who's really serious about their pet, which is a great thing, and they want to make sure that their vaccinations are up to date, their scheduled grooming is in check. So this is a really useful product. It's not only for enjoyment, it's an actual document that helps people plan their lives. Here's another one. This is a pet training planner, 69 pages, instant download. You might think, okay, well, they've only made one sale this month. They've only made 20 sales since the listings began, but it's only been up for 4 months. So I would say that's pretty awesome. 20 sales in 4 months at $18 per, and this is a digital download. So it's virtually all profit. They're not printing it, they're not shipping it, and it's a very useful, easy to read planner. So ask yourself, how do you compete with this? Here's exactly what's in here. There's planners, there's trackers, there's all sorts of guidebooks. Do you like the font? Do you like the color scheme? Do you like the photos? You can change those out and you could make something even more useful for the client. This is how you compete in competitive niches. Niche number 3 is custom pet vintage shirt. Now this may seem really obvious. Oh, okay, a funny cat shirt or a custom cat shirt, but there are other keywords you can explore down below. So here we've got a keyword score of 210. This is a high search volume item and there's not a lot of competition. And when I scroll down, you'll see custom pet shirt vintage, custom vintage pet shirt. There's lots of different options here that you can check out inside of everbee. So here's a rather normal looking shirt. There's nothing particularly funny or witty about it, but it's just beautiful kitties on the front of the shirt. Here we can see for $51.77, 4 sales. So I'm interested in this. Is the owner of the store doing something that I am not aware of? Why is this shirt so loved by customers? So what you can do on Etsy using the everbee app is you can actually click this Analyze Listing button right here. And it'll pop up some information that you can see about the product and also about the shop. So if I go here to the shop and I click Analyze Shop, it will actually open up the shop and show me what's going on here. The overview of the shop, monthly sales, 92. Total estimated revenue, $622,000. The different price points. I can look at the individual listings. I can look at the individual reviews. I can even see the about information. There's a ton of things you can see here using the everbee tool. So again, I highly recommend this. I'll put a link to it in the video description below. I love funny designs and this one certainly fits the bill. Here we have custom bootleg wrap pet shirt. So the idea is not the word custom, but you'd put your kitty's name up there with some photos of your cat, and with the font and with the starry background, it looks like a wrapper shirt or a bootleg shirt from the 1990s. I love everything about this listing. I love the thumbnails. I love the humor. I think it's a high quality item, beautiful illustrations, and I love the fact that the seller is over 180 sales, closing in on 200 sales. Amazing. And this is a 10-month-old listing, not very old at all. Good for them. I really hope you found this walkthrough helpful. I love using everbee. I use it a lot. I'll put a link in the video description below. Check it out. Here's another video on how you can explore niche research.